play. Anyways, well, this video is about yesterday, because I did it yesterday, not today. It's all about to do with Vietnam Veterans Day, but originally it was LongTan Day in remembrance of the Battle of LongTan. Now, I honestly didn't do any video. I took a fair few photos. I did 2 bits of video. First part is where you'll see the reefs ready to be taken over to be laid at the cenotaph. And the second part, I went over and sat in a chair and read out what was going to be at the service. I did get a little bit emotional towards the end, and I'm going to leave it in because I don't think I could have done it again. Now, what a lot of you don't know is that, yes, I did a lot of time here in the Navy, but after I got out of the Navy, I actually joined the Army. So there is the difference in significance. So I went to Vietnam in the Navy, but I didn't go to Vietnam when I was in the Army. The war had been over for quite a number of years. We did logistic support. We did not, as we say, fire a shot in anger, so we do not wear the Vietnam Star, which is fine by me, but we did go in and out of Vung Tau and escort ships in and out, all that sort of stuff. Yes, I'll just leave it at that, and right at the end I'll run names of the 18 guys that were killed in the Battle of LongTan, because I wasn't able to read them out, just got a little bit too much. So just persist with them. And they also, what they did, it's the first time it's ever happened in this town, it was an evening service, and what they did, they lit 1 candle for every serviceman, Army, Navy or Air Force, that were killed in Vietnam, which, as I said, was 521. Okay, well, I'll leave it at that, and peace and love as always. Just watch it. It's nothing great, but at least it'll give you a little bit of history about LongTan at any rate. Okay guys, catch you later. We had 18 diggers killed at the Battle of LongTan. These are the reefs that are going to be laid, one for each one of the guys that was killed. From about this point onwards, I'm just going to take still photos, so it's up to you guys whether you want to watch it or not. And I've really only done it this way because of copyright reasons, so I don't know why. But copyright's copyright, so I've got to do it this way. I cannot have any music in the background, as everybody knows. Alright. Oh, hi guys, how are you? Well, today in Australia is Vietnam Vets Day. But it started off as LongTan Day, and today is the day that Vietnam veterans remember the fallen at the Battle of LongTan. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to read you out exactly what happened. Now if I do it this way, I can't cop getting hit with copyright. So we'll start off and I'll read exactly what happened. It might take a couple of minutes, and I hope you can bear with me. Initially, Australia provided a training team to South Australian Army Training Team Vietnam. In 1965, Australia's commitment was increased to an infantry battalion attached to US forces. In early 1966, the government increased the commitment to a task force of 2 infantry battalions with supporting armed services. The first Australian task force deployed in South Vietnam during the period April-June 1966 and was given the task of operating in Phuoc Toi province where they're based at Nui Dat. As it set up, the task force went straight to work patrolling the area around Nui Dat, and the 18th of August 1966 was no different, with Decoy 6 RAR patrolling close to the base. At roughly this time, on that fateful day in 1966, 108 Australian and New Zealand soldiers fought against overwhelming odds. Estimated 2,000 plus North Vietnamese Army soldiers and Viet Cong troops in a rubber plantation not far from the small village of LongTan. 18 Australians lost their lives, 24 wounded. Over 1/3 of the company were wounded or killed. Initially, at company level and at battalion and task force headquarters, there was some disbelief about the fight Decoy was involved in, as it was not the normal practice for the enemy to operate in such large numbers. Generally, they operate in very small groups. In reality, Decoy was fighting for their lives in a battle on the scale of the Korean War or even World War I. In the gloom of dusk, the darkness of a rubber plantation, and as night fell, torrential rain, Decoy 6 RAR fought and survived, but only after fighting in the mud, the battle debris of the rubber plantation, under the intense pressure and noise of the battle for 4 hours. The company was surrounded, individual platoons isolated, and all were nearly overrun, but were saved by their training, individual and combat acts of bravery. A timely ammunition resupply delivered by helicopters from 9 Squadron RAAF flying at night in the torrential rain, very accurate and continuous artillery fire from 1st Field Regiment RAR based in Nui Dat, and after close to 4 hours of fighting, the timely arrival of 6 RAR reinforcements mounted in the armoured personal carriers of 3 Troop 1st APC Squadron. These reinforcements arrived as the North Vietnamese Viet Cong were ready for a final assault on Decoy, and thankfully were caught by the APCs before they could mount the assault. The arrival of the reinforcements allowed Decoy to regroup and the entire Australian force to withdraw from the rubber plantation to a more secure and defendable position, as they expected more attacks during the night. Thankfully, there were no more attacks, which gave time to treat and evacuate Decoy wounded and deceased by chopper. Sorry, page stuck together and the wind's blowing. The next morning, Decoy, supported by the reinforcements and re-entered the rubber plantation to retrieve the remainder of the dead and to search for any survivors. There were 2 such lucky, although wounded. In the plantation they found the bodies of 245 enemy soldiers and evidence that many more dead or wounded had been carried away. Training, discipline, timely support, accurate and constant artillery fire, and above all courage, helped Decoy survive. Today we pay homage to those 18 brave diggers and all who fought or were involved in the Battle of LongTan. Sorry about that, but this one always seems to get me. Okay guys, that's it for me. I'll take pictures during the night, I do, but I just can't do any more video because of the different, you know. So anyway, okay guys, thanks a lot.